Have you ever given everything you've got, only to end up with a result that totally disappoints you? Sometimes, the harder you fight, the deeper you sink, like struggling in a mud pit. Even if you manage to crawl out, you're still covered in muck. I know that feeling way too well. Back then, I was pushing myself to the limit, pulling all-nighters for my thesis, getting mentally crushed by my advisor, and watching my closest relationships fall apart. I thought if I just worked hard enough, fate would eventually show me some mercy. But guess what? After 6 long years, all I got in return was a body full of chronic issues, a mind in shambles, and a diploma that is completely useless. I broke down. Why was I trying so hard, only to watch everything fall apart? It wasn't until I randomly came across a few things Zeng Guofan said about fate that I felt like someone hit my reset button. I suddenly snapped out of it. You might not know him, but Zeng Guofan is one of the most influential political figures in modern Chinese history. He's a philosopher and a doer. Even Zedong in Chiang Kai-shek admired him. He wasn't some childhood genius either. Even though he worked super hard, he kept failing the imperial exams over and over. He once said something that really stuck with me in his later years. When I die, I've already written my own epitaph. Don't believe in books, believe in luck. Speak the truth, act with justice, and you'll be remembered for generations. And he also said something that honestly blew my mind. Fame and fortune, all pre-written by fate. Great achievements, heaven decides. Kind of flips our usual belief that success equals effort, doesn't it? But he's not telling you to give up. He believed in hard work, just not in obsessing over the outcome. He said, fulfill your nature, and you'll understand destiny. It's not passive, it's wise. That mindset changed everything for me. Hard work is good, but don't expect it to guarantee success. The outcome belongs to fate. The process, that's ours. Then I started learning about Chinese astrology, and that's when things really started to make sense. Those 6 years weren't hard because I didn't try hard enough. They were hard because I was smack in the middle of a bad luck cycle. During a bad cycle, everything is high effort, low return. No matter how hard you row, it's like sailing against the wind. You just keep fighting the current. You don't have to believe in fate, but fate will make sure you believe in it, eventually, through cold hard reality. You can fight with everything you've got, but sometimes life just slaps you back to square one. On the other hand, if you can spot the signs of a bad cycle, you'll know when to pause, when to lay low, when to pivot. Here are 3 things I learned from those 6 brutal years. First, if you're on the wrong path, turn. Don't waste a second pushing through. If you're stuck in a dead end, like I was with a toxic advisor or a deadbeat situation, and nothing's improving, then the moment your gut says this isn't right, listen to it. Don't wait. Perseverance is great, but only when you're on the right track. Otherwise, pivot. Second, accept when you're in a bad season and adjust your game plan. Life's outcomes aren't just about how hard you try. There's timing, luck, and context at play. Even if you switch paths and still hit blocks, don't lose hope. That's just how bad luck works. To put it bluntly, this is not the time to charge forward. It's time to subtract. Simplify your life, protect your energy, sharpen your mind. Don't overwork, don't overhustle. Third, prepare for your next wave of good luck. Bad luck isn't punishment, it's prep work. It's here to build your patience, resilience, and depth. When luck finally turns your way, only those who are ready will be able to cash in. But that wasn't even my biggest epiphany. One day, it hit me. Bad luck doesn't just bring suffering. It's experience. It's the hard-earned lessons that turn into calluses on your soul. It's the quiet setup for your future good fortune, the bitter pill you've got to swallow before your story turns around. If you think about it, real growth almost always happens during tough times. I've come to believe fate, this invisible hand, is incredibly powerful. It gives you your themes, your cast, your plot twists, and yes, your breakthrough moments too. It's not punishing you. It's pushing you to evolve. It's not testing how fast you can escape. It's testing how consciously you play your role. That's why I've come to believe in what I call the observer of fate. Don't let fate drag you around, but don't try to destroy the script either. What you can do is see the story clearly, learn the rhythm, and get the message. This watcher of fate mindset, it's one of the most precious things I've learned. It doesn't deny reality, but it gives you a whole new lens to look through. A life lived with awareness. It's a completely different journey than one lived on autopilot. If you're going through a rough patch right now, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. How did you survive your own darkest hour? And what moment made you rethink the whole idea of fate? May we all become people who can understand fate and still love life anyway.